Alright, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. I believe for this episode I'm going to do some St. Louis style ribs. I'm going to go ahead and get those on the smoker. I'm going to show you how to season them, how to rub them, all of that, and then I'm going to show you the smoking process, and we're going to get them nice and tasty. Anyway, thank you again for joining me for another episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. Follow along. Well, for this episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue, I've got one rack of St. Louis style pork ribs that I'm going to do for you. I only got one rack. The wife doesn't like to eat pork ribs, so I just got one just for me, and if I happen to have any company come over this weekend, I can give them a couple of ribs too, because they're going to love them. As are you if you try out this recipe. I promise. I guarantee. Okay, now when you get these ribs, you can see that all the meat's on the one side, and you got fat and a little bit of meat over here on this side. Now, you'll notice when you pull these out of the package that they've got this membrane on the back. I like to remove that membrane, and there's an easy way to do it, but I can't do it the easy way today because I don't have it. The easy way is once you get a little corner piece of it pulled off, grab you a paper towel, and then grab hold of that membrane with that paper towel. I went to the store today to get all ready to make these videos today. Yeah, I got a couple more coming for you too. And paper towels was on the list, and I completely spaced on getting paper towels. So I'm going to do this the hard way. Once you get a little bit of it started, it just pulls off. The paper towels help because your hands get slick and it gets harder to pull this membrane off. And with paper towels, you don't really have that big of an issue with it. Okay? There's another way you could do it also. You could use a spoon to kind of scoop in between the ribs to help separate the membrane a little bit. I've never actually tried that, but I've seen it done a couple times. And it looks like it really does work, but I just didn't really feel like trying it today. I had to make another dish for me to have to wash, you know. So we're going to get in here, get this last little piece of membrane separated. Just like that. Alright guys, we are back. I got the membrane all took up off of these ribs. Now, what I'm going to do for my rub, I'm going to use just this regular old Atkins chicken and pork rub. I typically make my own rub for the ribs. I decided not to do it this time because I'm lazy, which, by the way, if you guys want to see how I make all my rubs, let me know in the comments below, and well, I'll see if I can get a video made on the stuff that I put into my rubs and how I make them. So yeah, if you want to see that, leave me a comment below, and I'll get right to it. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to use just this pre-made Atkins home-style chicken and pork rub. Alright? Now, before we do that, I'm going to take just a little bit of plain old yellow mustard. Okay? I'm going to take a little bit of that, squirt it all over these ribs. Just like that. Go ahead and open up my rubs so that I don't have pork hands when I'm handling them. I'm trying to open them up. Just going to go ahead and rub that right on into the meat. Now, again, I've told you before, but this mustard doesn't really add a whole just ton of flavor to the meat. What we're using it for is a binder to keep these rubs on there. Alright? So you're going to rub it all over like that, and then you're just going to sprinkle your rub pretty liberally all over. Now this is the backside. It's not just a whole ton of meat on the backside, so we're not going to do a whole lot on there. Just like that, alright? Just like that, you're going to flip it over. Bam! Squirt some more mustard on the meat side. And I don't trim my St. Louis ribs at all. They come from the meat shack, the meat market, already pretty much cut up and trimmed up to what I believe to be perfection, alright? You can trim a little bit more of that fat off if you want, but I believe it to be perfection. I like to leave it on there. It adds a little bit more flavor, a little bit more juiciness, a little bit more tenderness, okay? We're going to rub that side down. We're going to rub that side down again. And this side we're going to put a little bit extra rub on there. Alright, we want to get a nice good coating, a nice good covering on it. That's going to give us a beautiful, delicious, beautiful colored bark. It's going to give us delicious flavor all over those ribs. You want a nice even coating, that way any bite you take on those ribs, you're getting a good coating of rub. Alright, and then you're just going to kind of pat it in. Just like that. That's going to make some beautiful, delicious rubs right there. Okay? And I like to take a little bit, pour it all over my mustard fingers, and just rub it along the sides. Just like that. And that's going to get you some flavor right there on the sides of those ribs. Now, since these are pork ribs, and the wife won't be helping me eat them, I'm going to make it the way I like. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of cayenne pepper. Excuse me. A little bit of cayenne pepper all over the top of these ribs to add a little bit of extra punch. Just a little bit of extra heat. Now you got to be careful, because this cayenne likes to come out in pretty heavy fashion. You know? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more. There you go. That should be plenty of cayenne. Hopefully it's not too hot. We'll find out. I think the last ribs I made them way too hot. I mean, they were good. I liked them, but there were certain people that just aren't big fans of spicy foods and they couldn't eat them. So that should be good. All right, I'm going to wash my hands and go get my fire up to temperature in my smoker, and then I'll show you how we're doing it. I'll show you how we're smoking them, and I'll show you the finished product. Thank you. Follow me. All right. These ribs have been on for about 3 hours now, and they're starting to get a little tender inside. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these ribs up. All right. I'm going to wrap them up pretty tight. Go ahead and wrap up the ends here, so we make ourselves a little boat right here. I'm going to do a little secret. So here we are. We're back again. Gonna zoom in just a little bit here so we can see what we're doing. Alright, yeah, so I've got these ribs. I'm fixing to wrap them up. I'm going to wrap them up fairly tight. And I'm going to put just a little bit of liquid in there with them. Now, what kind of liquid am I going to put in there, you might ask? Well, you're in luck. I'm going to tell you. It's good old-fashioned Texas Dr. Pepper. I'm going to put just a little bit over the top of them. And then I'm going to put just a little bit along the sides. And that's going to help break these ribs down and help get them nice and moist inside. There's one strip of foil there. We're going to take it and wrap the other side just like that. Wrap it just over the top of it just like that. Wrap it under it. And I like to wrap them tight. You're going to hear some people say wrap them loose so that the liquid you put in there can steam them all nice and good and all that. Yeah, whatever. I don't do that. I like to wrap them nice and tight. Put them in there. Alright, we're good and tight. I'm going to go put these back on the smoker for another hour, 2 hours. And we'll be back. Alright, here we are. Back again. Now let's zoom out a little. Oops, wrong way. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can get the whole package in. There we go. Alright, here we are. These ribs have been on the smoker for right at 6 hours, I believe. They went on about 2:30, and yeah, it's been about 6 hours. Left them on for about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and then I wrapped them in this foil. And left them on for another 2 hours after that. They've reached an internal temperature of minimum 175, so we know that's plenty safe. I'm just going to go ahead and open these up for you. We're going to take a little sneaky peek, looky poo at what we got here. And I couldn't find my good temperature probe, so I had to use the actual blunt probe for the smoker that tells you the internal temperature of the smoker. And let me tell you, I stuck it in and it went in just like butter. It was just no resistance. So they're definitely tender. So that's what I'm looking for. We've got them opened up right here, and that's what we're looking at. These are just absolutely stunningly beautiful. Look at that. I wrapped them up at just the right time. Got that nice bark on there. Let's see if I can show you guys. You can see the juices coming when I press on them with the knife. Yeah. I don't know if you can see, there's still juices in the foil too. So my plan with the Dr. Pepper worked out pretty dang perfect, I would say. Now, I know you're supposed to let these rest for about an hour and all that and blah blah blah, whatever. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off one rib, just one. Don't kill me. Cut off one rib, and then I'll let the rest of them wait for an hour before I cut them all up. And we'll see what we got going on. Look how tender those are. That's bone. Yeah, those are hot. Wow, those are really hot. I can't even hold them. Oh, yeah, you can see the juices just flowing out of there. Look at that. Oh wow, that's pulling apart. There's actually no bone right there. I missed the bone somehow on that one. But yeah, that's what we got. Let's just taste a little bit of this. Oh, that is delicious. That is amazing. It's a little spicy. I put enough cayenne on it, that's for sure. But that flavor though, man, that is fantastic. All right, y'all. This has been another edition of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, share this video wherever you want to. Follow me on Instagram at Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. I will see you guys on the next video that I make. I've got a special one coming up that I may try to get to tomorrow. So anyway, you guys enjoy. Thank you. Bye.